What's up? What's up? Okay, let's talk about power. Not just any power, not the loud power, but the invisible power, AI power, power of myth, the power that is behind the veil. And of course, the power behind words, the power behind words. Let's talk about all of that. I haven't been on here for a while, but I figured I need to come on live, and I wanted to speak about awareness. All right. So a lot of things happened this past week, these past days, even only on the weekend. Let's talk about the stuff that happened on the weekend. And did you see here the first time I'm live on here? Let me just quickly see if I can share my screen on here. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Should be able to. Let's see. Let me quickly check something. How's my audio? Can I check my own video in here? Yeah, I think I can. Yeah, that's good. So funny. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So you see what happened? Let's check the Chrome tab. ChatGPT uninstalls jumped to 295% following the Pentagon agreement. You heard it the last days. Yeah, Claude downloads climb and are just now number one. Anthropic's Claude AI is number one on the App Store, and Open AI and ChatGPT are crumbling, falling down with a record percentage of uninstalls. Because I don't know if you heard all of these things that happened, but yeah, the government tried to get a hold of Claude. Okay, so they tried to make an official agreement with Claude. They've been using Claude a while, but I think, but they wanted to use Claude officially for the defense department. And you know what that means. That means mass surveillance. That means weapons and probably autonomous weapons. And um, the CEO of Anthropic and Claude AI said, no, we don't want that. We don't want to use our software, our AI, to do these things. And Sam Altman said, okay, you can use ChatGPT, you can use OpenAI, of course, no problem. Mass surveillance, no problem. Of course, that's not what he said, but there was a official paper also that they released where he said you can use OpenAI's software and everything, but we don't support anything related to weapons and this and this and that. Okay. Of course not. We all know you in bed with him, with the government. I mean, all of the huge, the big companies and the big AI companies, they must be in bed, some kind of, and not in bed, but with them, but partnering with the government because they need a lot of the money, right? They need a lot of the money. So, but now that it's made official, they made it official that Claude is not agreeing to what they want to do. They said no, and this is what happened. It's crazy. It's crazy. Earning top ranking on Apple's App Store for the first time, and not even that. Here we also see that the 1 star reviews 70 775%, 5 star reviews down by 50%. I can't read anymore. It's crazy. It is crazy. And he said Altman is finished. And all of the controversy that happened before anyway, that Sam Altman was some kind of involved in an unaliving of this kid, but I'm not gonna talk about that right on here right now. So there was always this kind of, for me at least, this kind of feeling of using OpenAI's tools. So I was already on the move to change to Claude, also because of the new powerful systems that they developed on Topic, right? The Claude Code and Claude Remote. You can build agents that work autonomous. You can build huge apps that, you can do a lot of things. You can build um, a lot of assistants. The assistant workflows on Claude. I think I'm gonna do a video on that as well. Right now, also having a case study group where I teach other people how to leverage AI in their conscious biz, and I show them how to create a whole an aligned AI system, and an AI and rewind, bring it back in time, and aligned AI clone. Okay, too much A's in the sentence. A lot of things happen, right? So um, we we can trust the system. We can trust them all. But this is about power. Who controls what? Who Let me stop sharing. Who controls what? And what happened after they bombed Iran? But I don't want to get into too political in here. But everybody wants to. The government, of course, wants to have U.S. government. They are crumbling right now. They are on the verge of losing influence. They want to hold on to as much power structures that they can, right? In AI, of course, one of the biggest ones and the smartest ones was Anthropic's Claude. But now, yeah, with OpenAI. So whoever shapes AI shapes information. That's something that we shouldn't forget. And now everybody's moving on to Claude. And I wanted to show you before I forget. I wanted to show you, if you want to switch to Claude, if you have ChatGPT and you want to move over to Claude, you can do so without having to start over, without having to lose all of your stuff. I already talked about it in my session with my people, but I'm wanted to show you right now what Claude made officially on their website. Okay. Let me see. Love it that I can do this here. You guys, I need to come on live here much more often. Let's see. Can you see it? Yeah. You can bring your preferences and context from other AI providers over to Claude. With only copy and paste, Claude updates its memory and picks up right where you left off. This is a huge thing. Um, you could also do this by providing a ChatGPT, like giving it a prompt, providing all of the context and put it in the file. But Claude here has a specific step by step workflow how you can do that, and even gives you a prompt how you can do that. You can copy that prompt. It looks like this. I'm moving over to another service. Da, 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 da. You can even say that, and then you can paste it. Results below on Claude's memory, and so on and so forth. This is super easy. I'm gonna put this in the chat so you can see it. It looks super easy, right? So let's go ahead and do that. But not on this video. I need more time for that because we don't want to talk about only Claude in this video for the whole time. But yeah, you see what you can do. Yeah, Claude is now is my new go-to AI tool, and especially now with all of these news that came out. But why do all of these things matter? Also, I got a lot of other things that I want to talk to you about. It's simple because everybody that wants to build freedom systems and a freedom lifestyle, freedom business, that wants that how do you say, if you don't understand AI and what it can do for you, then you are just leveraging your outsourcing your leverage. You Somebody else will know how to do it and somebody else will do it, right? When you could have done it for yourself and your own growth. You could have done it for you for to accomplish. No, I have to rephrase that, not to accomplish, but to go on that path to accomplish a mission. Yeah, right. We all have something, some bigger missions here. We all are visionaries. We are conscious creators, and we are here on a mission, and it's on us to use these tools that are given to us. It doesn't, just because it's AI, it doesn't. The things are not necessarily bad or good. It's just depending on the people that are using it, right? So, in the conscious community, it's on us. We should use it way more and learn how to work with these tools. Learn how we can what we can accomplish for the world and for our community with these tools. And if we don't get familiar with it, we will get left behind. It's a matter of fact. It's that simple. And also because we are the ones feeding it the information that will become the algorithm, that which will become our gods, basically, because AI runs the whole show. And we want to feed it our words, right? Our conscious words. And words are magic. And AI runs on words. So let's talk about the next thing that I want to talk about. Words are magic. Words are vibrational frequencies that we send out in this quantum field. What was the first word? What did it say in the Bible? And first was the word, first was the sound, first was vibration. That's basically what it means. First was a frequency vibration that created worlds. And we create worlds with our words. Why do you think we call it spelling? We cast spells with our words because these are vibrational frequencies. Just like what did the witches do? Abracadabra. Da, 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 da. They all had their own spellings, right? That they were casting. By the way, abracadabra means something like, if I'm not mistaken, um, and with this I am creating, or with this I am bring into existence, something like that. And who is the artist who has a song with that? Lady Gaga. The whole song, the whole song. If you listen to the lyrics, if you read the lyrics, is like a ritualist. Yeah, it's like a manifestation ritual on, yeah, on a specific. Yeah, you have to do your own um, do your own research. Look it up. Look it up. People are singing everything without even consciously being aware of things that are happening while they are singing it. They are creating certain things into their worlds. But anyway, right, Lady Gaga knows what she's doing anyway. The costume that she's wearing and these stage designs that she's doing, they are all doing some kind of rituals live on stage with all the people giving them the energy. But anyway, I don't want to go into deep in that right now. If you want me to, I can, but not right now. I think this is going too far right now. And words are used to program, right? Program tools, not only tools, but also people. Programming our educational system, the books that we read, and the tools that taught us, these are tools that taught us a certain conditioning, a certain programming. Even our parents, it's not necessarily something, is just because we don't know better, right? It's the conditioning. And who created the educational system that we how we know it today? The Rockefellers. It's specific programming, how they want the system to work, or how they they're running the system, they're running the show, and they're using frameworks, they're using their own designs on programming the population, controlling the population. As a matter of fact, power. How do they get power? By controlling the masses. Prompting. We use words with prompting our AI, right? We that's how we have to give AI our instructions, by prompting it to do something, by prompting it, and by providing context and all of that. And of course, it's also about the how we talk to ourselves. We use our words. Um, we use certain words to define and describe our identity in ourselves, even in our subconscious. And we are calling ourselves idiots. We're calling ourselves this and that. And words create worlds. Words are magic. Words create. We can also only leave it at that, because this is what it does. It creates a whole, words create beliefs, it creates feelings, our thoughts in our head. We should all be aware how we talk to ourselves. If we talk to ourselves, um, um, how do you say this? If we treat ourselves like, oh, we are shit. No, let me rephrase that again, because do you talk to yourself like you talk to your friends? I don't think so. And if you do, congratulations, really good. But if you treat yourself worse than you talk to your friends, that remind yourself that the way you see yourself, that you see yourself lesser than you see your friends. If you know what I mean, if it makes sense, if I can explain myself right now, the majority of people see themselves lower than they are, and the self-talk is a big part of it. That's what I wanted to say. So your internal narrative is really important. And how we do that? By using certain words, being more conscious about the words we choose. Do some mirror work and talk some positive affirmations into your life and create a better vibrational field around you, vibration frequencies. Just spread out better frequencies. Um, even the songs that I create, I have to use words, right? I have to choose certain words so it rhymes, so it has and the cadence and everything, so it makes sense. I have to tell a story. I have to convey a feeling, emotion, and I can only do that with words, and that creates a ripple effect in other people that are listening or that are getting aware of that, or other people that hear the music, basically. I'm trying to put everything as precise as possible and choose my words wisely as well, as you can see probably. Um, but let me be more direct. Music, sounds, and how we use music, I think it should be much more. Um, we should be much more aware of how we use it and what we listen to. The the I used music. I used words in the form of melodies and harmonies to create contest wins. I was manifesting winning contests. I was having whole experiences and flying over to Los Angeles and living my dream life with in the music business and stuff. I was doing these things just because I was choosing the right words in the right order and with the right harmonies, and you know what I'm going with this. Words are magic. But I didn't just knew I didn't we have to learn how to speak, right? Not only we have to learn how to speak, but I had to learn how to speak English. English is not my first language, it's my second language. I My mother tongue is German, but I always, as a young kid, I knew that when I'm older, I have to communicate to a wider range of people with the music and everything I will do. I knew when I was 8 and 9 that I will do music and I will talk to the world as young kids. So I learned English from the music, the movies, and everything that interested me. Way before we had English in school, even, and yeah, I just soaked it up. I wanted to know what the songs mean. I wanted to know what they're talking about. So I learned the words, and now I'm learning Portuguese, and I know some Spanish. Yeah. Anyway, so we should always know. Yeah, I think you know what I mean. Learn new words. Learn new word. How do you say this? Learn new words to create new worlds. That's the thing. I think that's the thing. And also, what I addressed before with the mirror work, we we are writing our own codes because of the programming that it was putting on us. Right? We have to rewire our codes within us, within ourselves, so we live the life we want to live and reaching our potential and whatnot, right? So how do we really rewrite our codes, our inner codes? By neuroplasticity. That's what the scientists call this, what's going on in our head when we talk positive change, like talk like I am enough, or these affirmations, these positive affirmations that not even affirmations, but we when we need to when we need to shift our habits, our belief systems, we cannot just hit the switch, right? We need to do this on a consistent basis. So how do we do this? we we change these habits consistently over a long period of time. Neuroplasticity, they say that we need to tell ourselves these changing affirmations at least for 21 days in order to change something. That means that a habit can only change if we do it, if we are consciously repeating a new habit and doing this for 21 days. So if you think that if you're with that childhood trauma and you think that you are not enough, and that keep hitting these energy blocks and these things, and you're trying to overperform and do these things because you think you're not enough, and you know what I mean, then maybe try to do some mirror work, maybe try to do some affirmations that are telling you that you are enough, that you are enough. I am enough. I am in control of my dance destiny. I am this, I am that. Whatever it is, write down the things that are limiting you, your limiting belief, on one side of the paper. And on the right side of the paper, write down the opposite, the expansion, the growth mindset, the belief that is actually helping you moving the needle and go forward in life and in business and your goals. Write it on the other side of that paper. Read it every day for at least 21 days, and you will make a change in that belief. That belief will change. It's called neuroplasticity. So, rewriting our own code. Um, yeah, that's what we were about to say with that. But there's a lot of other things that happened these last days, right? What happened with Jim Carrey? Ay, ay, ay. I know this video is gonna age well. I know this video is gonna age well. Talk about all these things, and we're also gonna talk about what's gonna happen with what's happening with Jim Carrey. So, who did you see him in Paris the last days on this award show, acting like he's not even Jim Carrey? Like, a change of his eye color changed. Suddenly, his skin was all smooth and soft. The nose was kind of orange here, and kind of um, like a changed man. Like he behaved. Jim Carrey never cared of any of that nonsense on the award shows. He he oftentimes publicly joked about what's going on the award shows, and now suddenly he's kissing everybody's ass. He's shaking everybody's hand and smiling. And oh my God, I won this award, and how beautiful, and oh, and this and that. Whoever that was in Paris, it wasn't Jim Carrey. Come on, man. Actually, I consulted with my AI assistant to what I'm going to do in this video, and it told me to not mention this because it comes off as too speculative conspiracy type of thing. But we all know, if you're watching this if you watch other older content on here or on Instagram, you know that I'm not a stranger to conspiracies. As a matter of fact, I analyze things and show you the patterns. And we all know here we have an open mind, and why not talk about the things that are going on while it's happening, right? So whoever that was, it wasn't him. People are saying that he was cloned, that there was another guy who now officially stated that he was the one. He's actually a makeup artist, and that he was the one doing the performance. I don't believe it. I checked it out. I looked them up, and it doesn't look like like it's not because of the way that the if it was a mask anyway, it looks really good. You can see something is off, but it just looks too well for this makeup for this certain makeup artist. You can see it in his on his Instagram, all of the masks and all these things. It looks really good, but it's not as good as it looked with Jim Carrey there. Even when he was confronted, are you the real Jim Carrey? He was wearing a mask, not a mask, glasses. Like if he heard about the thing that was going on, and then now he's wearing about this eye color, and now he's wearing glasses. It's weird. It's really weird. But we all know that the government, they can do this. They are using they talked about it, well that they can they have these capabilities. They can do this, and uh, I can talk about other things, but I think I'm going way too deep with this. Um, Something else I wanted to mention about this, because now also the the press is coming, or the representative of Jim Carrey came out and they said no, it was the real Jim Carrey. But still people don't believe it, and I don't believe it. I don't know if it was him calling the shots, because he said that he's done playing the role of Jim Carrey. He said it. Or if it's just, or if it really they got to him, if they really got to him, and now they are taking over his part of the character. I wanted to show you another YouTuber, what they talk, how they talk about this whole thing. I don't know if I can share it without getting a strike or anything. So let me see. We're just gonna try it out. What she said. There we go. I don't know if you can hear it. Let me know in the chat, please. I'm not sure if I can also share the sound.
But now suddenly it is like, I can't believe that I'm getting this award. My love, my love, my. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
You know, when I go to sleep at night, I'm not just a guy going to sleep. I'm two-time Golden Globe winner Jim Carrey going to get some needed shut-eye. And when I
Can you see the video? Can you do a signal in the chat if you can even hear the sounds? Let me see. Maybe you can also check it here. The sounds.
dream, I don't just dream any old dream.
Okay. All right, so it should work. Let me just go back a little bit. Let's see what he's doing.
I going to sleep. I'm two-time Golden Globe winner Jim Carrey going to get some well-needed shut-eye. And when I dream, I don't just dream any old dream. I dream about being three-time Golden Globe winning actor Jim Carrey, because then I would be enough. It would finally be true. And I could stop this terrible search for what I know ultimately won't fulfill me. But these are important, these awards. Don't want you to think that just because if you blew up our solar system alone, you wouldn't be able to find us or any of human history with the naked eye. But from our perspective, this is huge.
Now, just to drive this point home, okay, I'm going to play once again, if I played it in my earlier video, I'm going to play on the red carpet. I actually have several clips of him on the red carpet. I'll probably save it for another video just because, but then I'm going to play this, but then the clip right after it is him on the red carpet. And I just want you to hear and see the complete difference.
And it's really crazy. You have to watch that now.
Completely. Like it's like blow your mind level of difference.
Oh, it's wonderful.
You look at his forehead.
I really
much
took
bigger.
on a pretty big challenge trying to do my speech in French. So, I wrote it and
The
I
voice.
researched it and I practiced it like crazy. But, it's, then I watched everybody like talking 1,000 miles an hour up there, receiving their awards.
And watch what he says next. Watch the words that he's choosing between the whatever he says. Whatever he says doesn't even matter. Look at what the words that he's choosing.
And I was like, I'm dead. Up there receiving their awards. And I was like, I'm dead. And I made mistakes and I was like a novice, but I felt a lot of love and I felt a lot of appreciation that I tried. And what I said was true. And I really wanted to recognize my family. I wanted to recognize my dad. I mean, my dad was the type met him for 5 minutes. You felt like you knew him for 50 years. I can't talk about him without getting emotional. Oh, loved it. Loved it. It's so beautiful. And having Michelle, Camille Coton was also amazing. And it was just a brilliant evening, really brilliant. Oh my gosh. Benjamin Laverne was off the hook. I mean, I can't believe he committed to doing all that. I was really, is this about someone else? My favorite funny face is the one I'm wearing right now.
Thank you so much.
This is the first time I've run in to. Wait, tell me, is it true you're wandering the streets? You need a date to the party? What's up?
No. I'm doing just fine. I just, there's no meaning to any of this. So I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
They're
I
celebrating.
mean, you got to admit it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe in
icons, boy, that is absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with. It's like.
You see, it's completely the opposite. Like he's a changed man all of a sudden. He cares and everything. Come on, man. You cannot tell me. Yeah, but what we don't know what's really happening. What's really going on. We just don't know. We can make our own theories and have all these kind of ideas. There's this with this woman, what's her name? Ashley or April or something. She's a not channeler, she's a remote viewer, and she has something to say to this. I don't know what she said, but yet I want to see her side of the story, what she thinks that she uncovered. But she said something that it was something not expected. I will see what she says to that. But anyway, it's pretty wild what's going on in the world right now. But I just wanted to tell you that don't believe everything that you. Of course, practice discernment. Not every conspiracy is real. You shouldn't believe everything. Of course, also don't. You should also believe everything. But the illusion of things that when they are presented, it's we need to break through we need to see what's behind these things, right? Seeing behind the curtain, how they say. And there's another saying: throughout history, the ones who see behind the veil either become powerful or dangerous. And now saying this, let's talk about a certain ancient text, the myth of Adapa. In this story, there's Adapa. They say he's supposed to be the prototype of Adam and Eve. Adapa, it's one of the oldest tablets written in mankind. That's in the Sumerian tablets, the myth of Adapa. And he's living in the first city of mankind called Eridu. He's like a priest. and he has so much wisdom and so much knowledge of the world and the gods and everything. And he's presented this chance to be in the heavens with with the the god number one, Anu. This is part of the Anunnaki story, by the way. I can make a whole video about the Anunnaki. I also have some videos already on the IG if you want to look it up. Anyway, so he was brought up to the heavens to meet with Anu, but he was warned not to eat any of the food or the drinks that he will be offered because they are the food of death. Now, what happens is it turns out that the Anu was offering him food and drinks, but it was not the food of death or whatever. It was actually the drink, like an elixir of to be immortal. And so Adapa missed the chance to immortality. And this is how the creation of like the whole story of man, everybody that followed after Adapa was not immortal. Man, he was not immortal. They were because our ancestors were not given the chance again to be close to the gods and be in connection with being immortal. But anyway, I wanted to say that he has been deceived because there was another entity that warned him to not do it because they wanted to keep controlling him, to keep him in the position that he's now in, so he doesn't change, so he doesn't get too powerful with immortality, So it's always, even in ancient times, these texts, it's always about the gatekeeping of information. There's another thing, since we talk about Adapa and they say it's Adam, I don't personally believe it's supposed to be the same figure as Adam from Adam and Eve, because Adapa had an occupation and Adam was this blank slate, like the first man. And not only the first man, but one of the first people created, if we are really talk about the creation of man as we know it. I think I'm gonna have to make a whole video so you guys understand the whole backstory of what I'm talking about right now. But in this story, like these old texts from the book of Enoch, for example, it's in the one of the oldest Bibles in Ethiopia that still have all the books inside. All of these other Bibles now, they're all remakes and all rewritten, and the book of Enoch was banned out because they talk about it. It talks about beings coming down from another world to Earth, and it sounds like an alien story, and they took it out. So in this book, they talk also about Adam and Eve and Adam, and in this area that Adam and Eve were living, he was given. We all know the story, right? With the apple, and Eve ate the apple, and that the apple represented knowledge, and that the devil was deceiving them and da, 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 da. But actually in this text it's more like this entity, by the way, Enki, from the book the myth of Adapa, was Enki that deceived him. And here Enki is an entity who's doing the opposite, the whole opposite, to giving him the chance of knowledge, the chance of freedom, and this was in form of an apple. Enki's symbol is a snake, a serpent, but the serpent represented wisdom and knowledge. It's now turned upside down. The whole meaning now is turned upside down. And So they ate the apple and were prompted on the path, the journey of liberation, freedom, to self-awareness. And he told Adam and Eve, you need to know what you are, you need to know where you are, and that you are even more powerful than the gods. So they were being taught self-awareness. They were taught that they are actually living in a prison, that they have been held here, and that they can be so much more. Um, Again, the powers that be try to gatekeep information, control the masses, control the people, by not telling them the whole truth, and the narrative control, access to knowledge. You know what I'm getting here. It's all comes. These systems are ancient. These systems are. It's been told, and they are still using these systems on us. So it's on us to see behind, to see the patterns, to get the knowledge, um, to to be aware that these algorithms that we worship on our phones and everywhere, that they are feeding us what we are feeding it, and it's specialized in feeding keeping us in this mode of consumption, mode of fear, and everything. So we have to be clear about what's going on around us and within us, that we are powerful beings. We have the power to create. And how do we create? With our words, with our vibrational, with our vibrations, with our frequency, what we vibrate and emit, right? So don't control. So if you don't control your narrative, if you don't control your world inside of you, if you don't learn the languages, if you don't learn the systems, um, and they don't protect your energy, you get programmed ultimately. That's what it is. If you don't program yourself, you will get programmed. So, but we have to keep an open mind and keep our eyes open, and um, protect our energy. Don't believe everything, but see what's going on, but don't believe everything. We have to learn how to build our own systems, learn AI, and learn how to use AI intentionally and consciously, and don't become just passive consumers. Be leaders instead of followers. I want to work with leaders as well. And if you are ready for that, I'm hosting a case study group of people of groups who want to learn how they can use AI in their business. So if you're a conscious creator building freedom, or a freedom-led lifestyle, you're aiming for that, with aligned systems, then check out the link that I got in the description and see the work that we are doing. I got some amazing stuff coming up with that as well. But for now, I will just tell you that if you are ready to learn an aligned system, then hit the link below. And yeah, I think that's it for me today. I was talking about a lot of things, and I hope that I could convey my message. So we were talking about Claude versus ChatGPT. We were talking about Jim Carrey. We were talking about the words are magic. Jesse, how do you put all of this in one video? We just did it. And I hope it made sense to you. And yeah, see you the next time. This is the High Level You Show, Jesse here. And I say, peace out. Ciao, ciao.